elected for the first time in over 100 years from the Senate District 19, the first pro-life representative we had in Senate District 19 in a long time. Please welcome me, Mr. Peter Flores.
Well, for those I haven't had the great pleasure to meet, my name is Peter Flores, and I am unabashedly pro-life. You know, that our Bible says, in the presence of our church, that, you know, God knew us before we were formed, and we are all beautifully made. And then when you either are a practitioner of the doctrine or not, well, I am. And as the opportunity that you gave me to serve in the Texas legislature, and specifically in the Senate, those who have followed me and followed my voting record have shown it to be absolutely pro-life. And I believe that the most of us in Texas, and especially in the district that I represent, are pro-life. We are pro-family. We are pro-God. We are pro-country. And for that, we also do not apologize to anyone for. In the Texas legislature, a number of bills came up on abortion, but you'll find that we struck them all down. We passed the bills that would prohibit the funding of Planned Parenthood by any state money or any of their affiliates. And it's a shame that in this day and age that we should even have the conversation about terminating a human being on a botched abortion. That the mere thought of that and the savagery of it and I said so on the floor of the Senate when it came up. We should not even be discussing this topic in our great United States of America, much less our magnificent Texas. And in fact, the Texas legislature passed a bill that prohibited the termination of infants after a botched abortion and made it against the law. But it is true, as Mr. Mercer said, there are forces that are gathering for us in 2020, bringing millions and millions of dollars in resources into Texas to flip the House and flip the Senate and flip Congress to be able to facilitate their agenda. While it's be good to gather as much of those resources as we can as well and match them or even beat them, what's more important is that you show up and that your friends show up and that you bring their friends, bring grandma, bring everybody. You must show up at the polls. In the last city elections here in San Antonio, 14% showed up. Everybody else stayed home. And then we want to complain about the policies that come after that. A lot of our opponents say elections have consequences. They sure do. And let's talk about showing up in 2020 and having we, the silent majority, speak loudly and say Texas does not stand for that. We don't stand for that, and we're going to show that not by infusing millions of dollars from out of state, from New York and California, but by your sacred vote at the polls in November of 2020. You must stay involved. You must stay engaged. You must have a voice. And you're doing it today. But we have to engage your families. Because if you don't stand up, then you will be dictated to. We, the people, are the king in this nation and shall always be that way. And we serve under one Lord and Master, that's God Almighty and Jesus Christ. They I serve, but at the Senate, I serve you. You are my boss. I speak for you. So let us know what you think. Be vocal. Hold us accountable, always. And if we don't do our job, vote us out. And we're going to do the best we can to do the right thing. And there's nothing or anyone that can't say that defending the life of a child, and especially those of us that we know the movement of a child in one of the most safest places for them in their lives, in the mother's womb, that is a life.
Yes.
From the moment of conception, from the moment of the flash, it is a human being, a separate soul that God knows. And it's up to us to protect them. So, and to look forward to that first day, that first Christmas, and see the gleam of those Christmas lights in those innocent eyes. And those that have not, of us, all of us have seen that look and that gleam in the child's eye, and know truly that that's the work of God Almighty. And that is what we must protect. And that's what we're here for. And I pledge that in the Texas Senate, that I have already proven it, and I will continue to do so. We will protect the unborn. God bless you, and God bless Texas.
Thank you, Senator Pete Flores, Senate District 19. And you can see why we're excited to have him in the state Senate after a long time of not having someone representing what it is, the true nature of human life, to protect women and children. While we have